Alright, what's up, everybody? This is a not so slick opinion vlog, podcast, whatever you want to call it. This is Psycho Edition / Nature Edition, whatever you want to call it. Right here in, I gotta fix my nose, there you go. Right here in Azusa Canyon. It's beautiful, peaceful. And I wanted to make this podcast real quick just to explain and maybe help other people get into nature, get into the outdoors, because I noticed the newer generations of kids, obviously because I work with kids don't like nature, which is crazy, because me growing up, I loved being in nature. I loved hiking, walking, biking, everything. I loved going to the canyons every weekend. I loved doing all that stuff. And working with kids for 4 years, coming on 4 years this month, I've noticed there's probably a handful of percent that kids like to go outside. Nowadays you have video games, you have, cell phones. All that stuff is not important, okay? And I've noticed kids have better cell phones than I do. And I work for a living, and I do all that stuff. You know what I mean? So if we are able to teach our kids about nature, we'll be creating a whole new generation of adventurers. Because if you notice now, it's all about the YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram, all the Fortnite, the freaking, all these video games. Don't get me wrong, I love video games, but I gotta make time for nature. Now, this right here, so peaceful, man. Look at that. Azusa Canyon. Usually there's ducks over here. I don't see any ducks. Maybe they're probably lower stream, But you have to appreciate the outdoors, the fresh air. Because if we don't do that, we're not appreciating life on Earth, literally. Man, if it wasn't that sketchy, I'd probably fucking set up a tent over here and live. But there's sketchy people around. You know what I mean? People invent drugs to make money, because people always need something to get high on, you know what I mean? But this is just natural beauty right here. Yeah, some of you say, oh yeah, I tell my girl she's naturally beautiful. Don't get me wrong, some girls are, man. Fine as hell without makeup. I've seen them. I've seen them all. You know what I mean? But this right here, nature. Life is beautiful. We're so caught up in our daily lives that we don't take time to appreciate nature. Until you appreciate what you have, till you appreciate the beautiful views of this earth, This is not man-made, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is not man-made. This is natural. All this. But yeah, somebody let the water out. But everything else, all the little crests, all the freaking hills. Look at these hills. It's just built up. A buildup of what? Rocks, dirt. You gotta appreciate the finer things in life. And if you have kids, do they know? Do they know what beauty is? True beauty. And I'm not talking about Instagram model beauty. I'm talking about life on earth beauty. We have to teach our kids. We have to teach the upcoming generations that we have to appreciate this life. Because I see it all the time, man. I hear it all the time. Ask the kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be this. I want to be that. You know, back when I was growing up, you wanted to be a police officer. You want to be an astronaut. You want to be a fireman. You want to be a professional football player. You know what I mean? You want to be famous. All those are right. Those are all good dreams. You know, you want to be a cop. You want to be, yeah, that's fine. Make the kids appreciate nature. Because I always see these hirings for park rangers, for, you know what I mean, zoos and aquariums. Like, zoos are bad, I know. But, like, people need to help animals. People need to help the plants, all this stuff. I don't want to get all freaking socialist on you guys, you know what I mean? And, nature activists. No. Appreciate nature. Appreciate that wind that hits your skin. The sun. Appreciate the sun. Because one day that bitch is going to blow up and we're going to freaking die. For sure. That's all that's going to happen. But you have to appreciate everything that's here. You ever notice that rich people are miserable? The middle class is miserable. The low class, the poor, the poverty. If you meet somebody and they're barely making ends meet, if they have enough just to pay all their bills and they have enough just to feed their families, those families are truly happy. Yeah, of course, they want more money so they could be comfortable. Everybody does. I want to live comfortable. But I enjoy the days that I have on this earth. I just turned 31 years old. And it made me realize, fuck, I only have 9 more years until I'm 40. I only have, God willing, I only have 69 more years until, if I turn 100 years old. Okay, that's not a long time if you think about it. 30 years from now, I'm already 61. Isn't that a trip? But now I'm starting to realize you gotta appreciate the time you have on this earth. You know what I mean? My shit looks all fucked up. Nobody said this video will be pretty and perfect. It's not the slickest. It's the not so slick opinion. But appreciate life on earth. We gotta appreciate everything we have. You know, I lost my mom at 18. And I legit thought it was the end of the world. Okay. So a year passed by. 2 years passed by. 3, 4. It's been 13 years since my mom passed away. Life goes on. I miss her every day. I don't stop thinking about her every day. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You gotta appreciate what you have. And I know people that have it harder than me. You know, they didn't have parents growing up. They had foster parents, you know. They had a tougher time growing up. You know what I mean? I remember having a friend, Julio. Man, we were in 5th grade together. And this guy would always come in raggedy clothes. You know, other classmates would say, "Why are you wearing that shirt? It's ugly. It looks stained." And it wasn't until I went to his house, because he invited me over. He said, "Hey, you want to go play? I have the new, I don't know if it was a G.I. Joe or I think he had a wrestling toy." And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go." Asked my mom, I went. He lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, okay, with his mom, his dad, and 3 other sisters. 3 sisters. 3 sisters, him, and his 2 parents in a 1-bedroom apartment. And I thought I had it bad because I had to share a room with my brother. You know what I mean? But his parents were freaking happy. They didn't look angry. They didn't look miserable. They were happy. They were glad that he made a friend. But I stood up for my friend that next week. When people would say, "Why is your shirt?" and I would say, "Hey, leave him alone. Who cares? He was too lazy to change." That's what I would say. I know it wasn't true. I know that his parents were probably working their asses off to help him out. But you gotta appreciate the smaller things in life. So I say, you see the poor people, man. You see them? Some of them look so happy, man, because they're happy to be alive, because they know they're hanging by a thread. Don't let it stop you. Don't let happiness wait. Be happy. Look at this. This is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I know. It's only Azusa Canyon. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I've never been to Niagara Falls. But this is great. So with that being said, I'm your boy Slick Rick. Appreciate everything you have. Wash your damn hands. Wash your asses. Wear a mask. I'm wearing a mask because I've seen a bunch of people. And 2, when I'm riding my bike, I get the fly stuck in my mouth. I ain't trying to eat no moscas today. Alright, I'm your boy. Take care. Be safe. The Not So Slick Opinion Vlog Podcast. Let's go.